Hi, I'm Zachary Cowan, the author of the Study Daily books, and thanks for joining me for a look at Doctrine and Covenants, section 124, part 2. And we're going to talk about the building of two buildings. The first is like the temple, and the next one is this hotel type building, which will become the Nauvoo Hotel and a place of Joseph Smith's establishment and where he lives, and also a source of income for him. All right, so the temple. When it comes to temples, if you are not a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and you see our temples, you're going to ask a question like, why this elaborate building? Why do you build so many temples? How come people can't go into it? Things like that. And so you've got a great explanation, again, for all of the reasons why God justifies temples. And not only that, but why does he ask us to use expensive materials to build them? Why are they so big? Why are they so nice? Why are they so fine? Like, if God doesn't care about those things, why does he ask us to use riches and things of the world? So pause your video and check out Doctrine and Covenants, section 124, verses 26 through 40 and verse 55, and see what you can discover about why we have temples. Hey, thanks for studying. So I'm sure at the very first you saw that God lists all these materials that he wants us to bring, these fine things of the world, to build temples, to make them stand out and to be different, obviously to catch attention, but also because of verse 55. These buildings are to prove us faithful. They're to demand of us. If God doesn't care about riches, then why does he ask us to use such fine things? Because we also can't be obsessed with riches if we want to become the things and the people he wants us to become. We have to change. We have to care more about people and more about covenants than we do about stuff. And the best way God knows to do that is to ask of us to sacrifice some of that for the building up of the kingdom of God. And temples can only be built if you have groups of people coming to go. There are very few people on the earth that could build a temple by themselves, or that could afford to build a temple. The great thing about temples is they require a collective sacrifice of saints to build and to worship in. And that changes us in how we interact with others. Look at verse 39. You've got all this list of these different things. And consider through that, how many of those things have been brought into your life because of the temple? And how have each of those blessed you and changed you? And how would you explain to somebody that said, why does your church spend so much money building temples? How would you justify that they are worth every cent that they require and that they allow us to do far more? All right, the second house, the second building that's being asked to build is this hotel, this building where people can come. So I'm going to have you pause your video and look for all of the reasons this building is built and see if there's anything said about this building that you would also like to be said about your own home one day. So check out Doctrine and Covenants, section 124, verses 22 through 24, and then verses 55 through 61. Hey, thanks for studying. So I hope you found that this is a place for strangers to come, a place for counsel to be given, a place for contemplation, a beautiful habitation. Like, these are all things we want to be said of our homes. When have you been in somebody's home where you felt that you felt welcomed, that you felt loved? It was a place to not only just visit about lesser things, but also about higher things, a place for the contemplation of God. And what could you do to make your home more like this? Now, don't go to extremes. Now, don't freak out if you're like, oh, the laundry's not done. I don't know that it's that so much as it is a feeling of welcomeness and a place of fun and a place of contemplation and a place of hard work, a place of beauty because of the feelings that come into it, because it's become a house like that. If we were to look in the Bible dictionary under temple, it says the temple is this most holy structure in the world other than the home. And so what we have here is two places that we can feel the presence of God and to demand us to put forth a little bit of a sacrifice so that it can be a place where anybody who enters is more inclined to worship, love God, and treat others the way Jesus Christ would. May our homes be such temples even today. Thanks for studying. Thanks for building temples. Thanks for attending temples and making your homes temples. See you next time.